Working on the open ocean, feeling that salt spray, watching dolphins leap at dawn. Sounds pretty romantic, right?
It's definitely not all sunsets and smooth sailing.
Right, definitely not. But for some people, a career in maritime shipping is the ultimate dream. So today we're diving into what it really takes to be an ordinary seaman.
And we're using some really cool insights from RoleCatcher's career guide for this deep dive.
Okay, cool. Now, I've heard of RoleCatcher, but how is this different from just, Googling ship jobs?
Well, RoleCatcher, it kind of gives you the inside scoop, not just the basic job listings. They lay out the whole career path, not just the entry-level stuff.
Oh, interesting. So it's a bigger picture kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, they help you figure out the skills you need, even if you didn't realize those were important.
Like what kind of skills are we talking about here?
Well, think about it. You're working on a ship, right? It's basically a constantly moving metal city.
Okay, that's a cool way to put it.
So you need to know how to use some pretty advanced tech to keep everything running smoothly.
Wait, hold on. Advanced tech. I thought being an ordinary seaman was all about ropes and knots, not silicon chips.
You'd be surprised. Modern ships, they're insanely complex. We're talking computer systems for navigation, cargo management, engine monitoring, you name it.
Wow, okay. I had no idea.
And an ordinary seaman might actually be the one monitoring those systems, troubleshooting stuff, maybe even prepping digital reports.
That's way more high tech than I pictured. So it's not just about brute strength anymore. You need a certain level of tech savvy just to get started.
Yeah, for sure. And that's where RoleCatcher's skills gap analysis comes in.
Okay, tell me more about that. What is that?
So they break down exactly what technical skills employers want, and then, here's the cool part, they show you exactly how to get them.
No way. That's amazing.
Yeah, online courses, vocational training, certifications, they've got it all.
So it's like a one-stop shop to level up your skills.
Exactly. They connect you with all the resources you need all in one place.
Okay, that is seriously cool. It's like having a personalized roadmap for your maritime career. But let's be real for a sec. Before you even get to the high-tech stuff, you've got to handle the basics, right?
Oh, absolutely.
We're talking long hours, tough conditions.
Yeah, it's physically demanding work for sure.
So what are we really talking about here?
Think loading and unloading cargo, sometimes in crazy weather, maintaining the deck equipment, and of course, always following those super strict safety procedures.
Oh, right. And all while trying not to fall overboard.
Well, there is that too. And remember, there's a whole hierarchy on board.
Right, the captain and all that.
Exactly. So you have to be able to navigate that whole system.
So less steering the ship through a raging storm and more scrubbing the decks while battling seasickness.
Well, there might be some of both, to be honest.
Okay, fair enough. So tell me, what makes this kind of work worth it? Besides, seeing the world, which is pretty cool, I guess.
The travel is definitely a huge perk. Just imagine waking up in a new port every few weeks, trying new foods, experiencing different cultures.
Yeah, okay, I see the appeal. But it's got to be more than just sightseeing, right?
Right. For a lot of people, it's the camaraderie. You're working closely with this tight-knit crew, facing challenges together, celebrating victories together.
Like a family almost.
Yeah, exactly. It's a unique bond that you just don't find in a lot of other jobs.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's something special about facing the elements, relying on each other to get the job done.
Exactly. It's a different world out there on the open ocean.
Yeah.
And besides the camaraderie, there's this huge sense of accomplishment.
How so?
Well, you're part of this vital global industry. Every ship you work on, it's transporting stuff that people all over the world rely on.
That's true. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah. Food, medicine, electronics, everything.
So you're not just sailing around for fun. It's actually really important work. Okay, that's pretty cool. So we've talked about the challenges, the rewards. But what about the career path itself? You mentioned RoleCatcher maps that out, right?
They do. They have this feature called Career Stages. It basically shows you how you can climb the ranks, starting as an ordinary seaman and, get this, going all the way up to bosun.
Okay, now you've mentioned the bosun a couple of times. For those of us who aren't, sailing experts, what exactly does a bosun do?
So the bosun is basically the boss of the deck.
Okay, so they're in charge.
Exactly. They oversee all the work happening up there.
Like what kind of work? Give me some examples.
Sure. Making sure the cargo's loaded right and secured properly, supervising any maintenance that needs to be done, and of course, always making sure the crew's safe.
That's a lot of responsibility.
It is. Think of them kind of like the foreman of a construction site.
Okay, but on a moving platform surrounded by water.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay, so it's a pretty important role. So how do you actually make that jump from ordinary seaman to bosun? Does RoleCatcher tell you that too?
They do. They give you tons of info on the skills and certifications you need to move up the ladder.
Like what? What kind of stuff?
Well, one thing they really emphasize is the STCW certification.
STCW.
Yeah, it stands for Standards of Training, Certification, and Watchkeeping.
Oh, okay. What's that all about?
It's basically a big deal for anyone who's serious about working in the maritime industry.
So it's like a maritime boot camp, but with paperwork.
You could say that. And it covers everything. Basic safety training, firefighting, first aid, survival techniques, all that stuff.
Wow, that's intense.
Yeah, it's pretty comprehensive.
Mhm.
But RoleCatcher walks you through it all. They tell you exactly where to get certified and how it can boost your career.
Cool. So it's like your guide to not just surviving, but thriving in this industry.
Exactly. And it's not just about checking boxes. RoleCatcher shows you how those skills actually play out in real-life situations.
And how do they do that?
Well, they use a lot of examples and, get this, they even give you sample interview questions that are related to these skills.
Speaking of interview questions, you mentioned they had some real head scratchers.
Yeah, they have some tough ones.
Any examples that come to mind?
Okay, so this one always gets me. Imagine you're stuck on a lifeboat with your captain after a shipwreck.
Ooh, bad situation already.
Right, but it gets worse. And to make matters worse, your captain is super grumpy.
Oh, no.
The question is, how would you describe that experience positively in a job interview?
Oh, wow, that's tough. You'd have to, you can stay calm under pressure, deal with difficult people, and somehow still find something good in a terrible situation.
Exactly.
So what does RoleCatcher suggest? How do you even answer that?
So they have this, get this, AI-powered tool.
AI, like artificial intelligence.
Yep, it basically lets you practice answering tricky interview questions, just like that one, and then it analyzes your response.
No way. That's wild.
It's really cool. You can record yourself answering the question, and the AI gives you feedback on, like, your body language, what you say, everything.
Hold on. The AI analyzes your actual video.
Yeah.
So it can tell if you're, like, fidgeting or making eye contact?
Exactly. It's seriously like having a personal interview coach in your pocket.
That is so cool. And kind of creepy, but mostly cool.
I know, right? But the best part is, it's not just any AI. RoleCatcher's AI, it's been trained on all this maritime industry knowledge.
Oh, okay. So it's specific to this field.
Yes.
Oh.
So the feedback you're getting, it's tailored to what matters in this industry.
That makes a lot more sense. It's not just some generic AI trying to tell you how to, like, get a job at a bank or something.
Exactly.
That's super helpful. So it's not just about memorizing answers. It's about developing those soft skills that will actually help you, like, thrive in a high pressure environment, like on a ship, right?
Exactly. And on top of the AI coaching, RoleCatcher's Career Stages feature, it has these really cool profiles written from the perspective of real-life ordinary seamen and bosuns.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you're not just getting, like, a dry job description.
Yeah.
You're hearing about the actual day-to-day stuff, the challenges, the rewards, all for people who've actually lived it.
Oh, that's amazing. So much better than just reading some boring corporate website.
Right.
It's like you're getting the inside scoop straight from the source.
Yeah.
You get to hear what it's really like to be on deck at 3 a.m. during a storm.
Exactly. Or that feeling of satisfaction when you navigate a really tricky channel. It just makes the whole career path so much more real. You know?
Totally. So you're not just prepped for the job interview, you're prepped for the experience.
Exactly.
It's like RoleCatcher is a crystal ball kind of showing you the ropes before you even set foot on deck. But let's be real, you've got all this prep, but you've got to actually connect with the companies that are hiring, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And that's where their platform really shines.
Oh, wait, tell me more. How does that work?
Remember how we were talking about how employers use RoleCatcher to find people with the right skills? Well, they have this thing called Get Discovered.
Get Discovered. Okay, that sounds kind of catchy. I like it.
It's basically like a reverse job board.
Yeah.
Instead of you chasing after jobs, the jobs come after you.
Oh, now that's my kind of job hunt. So how does that work?
You just opt in. And then your profile, your skills and experience, those AI-powered interview practice sessions, all that good stuff, it's out there for companies to see.
So if a company's looking for an ordinary seaman, boom, your profile pops up.
Exactly. And the employers, they get to see what you're all about. Certifications, skills, everything.
That's awesome. No more sending out resumes into the void and hoping for the best.
Exactly. It makes the whole process way less stressful,
Uh,
especially in a competitive industry like maritime.
I bet. So RoleCatcher really seems to have thought of everything. Is there anything they don't do?
Well, last time I checked, they haven't quite figured out how to teleport you onto a ship in the middle of the ocean yet.
Oh, man. There goes my dream of skipping the flight.
Maybe someday. But seriously, the thing that really impresses me about RoleCatcher is they actually care about empowering people in the maritime industry.
Yeah, they seem really invested in helping people succeed, not just, like, throwing them to the sharks.
Right. They're giving you the tools and the connections to make it happen.
That's pretty amazing, honestly. So for anyone listening, anyone who's feeling that call of the open ocean, what's the one thing you want them to take away from this deep dive?
Don't just dream about it, go for it.
Yeah. What are you waiting for?
And when you're ready to take that leap, RoleCatcher's got your back.
I love that. They're like your trusty first mate guiding you through the sometimes choppy waters of the maritime job search.
Exactly.
Well, folks, there you have it. Another deep dive in the books. And remember, it's not just about finding a job. It's about launching a career, one that brings you, hopefully, years of adventure, fulfillment, and maybe even a few epic sunsets over the open ocean. Until next time.